Back at Veterans Stadium, final game of this series. The Phillies now find themselves tied with Montreal for third in the National League East. 14.5 games, rather for second in the National League East. 14.5 games behind Atlanta. And so the Phils need to win this one to hold on to second place. Felipe Alou's starting lineup this afternoon for Montreal will have Rondell White in center field leading off. F.P. Santangelo, the left fielder, bats second. Moises Alou in right field hitting third. David Segui, the first baseman, bats fourth. Darren Fletcher catching, hitting fifth. Mike Lansing, second base, bats sixth. Sean Berry at third base hitting seventh. Dave Silvestri, the shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching, Pedro Martinez. That lineup is facing Paul Quantrill.
There is Paul Quantrill, who's done a really good job for the Phillies this year. There are the numbers on him, most of them coming as a starting pitcher, and that's where he wants to be, back in the rotation.
Defensively behind Quantrill, Charlie Hayes at third, Kevin Stocker shortstop, Mickey Morandini second, Greg Jeffries at first, Darren Dalton catching. The outfield from left to right has Jim Eisenreich, Andy Van Slyke, and Mark Whitten. Umpires this afternoon, Jerry Davis calling the balls and strikes, Wally Bell at first, Mike Winters at second, and Terry Tata at third. Rondell White leads it off, hitting at .271. Ground ball fisted to first base, and Jeffries will make the out. One out on one pitch here in the top of the first. That'll bring on F.P. Santangelo. He's a 27-year-old rookie. Switch hitter batting left here against Paul Quantrill. FP stands for Frank Paul.
Yeah, and this guy throughout his minor league career has played a lot of positions, so he's made himself a commodity that they can use up here because he's very versatile.
He's hitting a lusty .423. Wasn't hitting that well at the AAA level. He was hitting .255 at Ottawa. One ball and one strike. Quantrill has good control. He is sixth best in the league in fewest walks per 9 innings. You see his lifetime numbers against Montreal. He averages 1.8 walks per 9. Paul, 26-year-old out of Canada. In the air to shortstop Kevin Stocker, who puts it away. 2 down. That'll bring on Moises Alou. Alou hitting at .278.
He's been pretty consistent in this series too about swinging a first ball fastball, or at least looking for one, almost every at bat. He is one of those guys you have to really be careful about throwing a fastball in the strike zone early.
Slammed to deep right center field. Whitten against the fence makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, none left after 1/2. Montreal nothing. Phil's coming to bat. Bottom half of the first inning, and the Phillies facing the hard-throwing right-hander Pedro Martinez. Jim Fregosi starting lineup this afternoon. Mickey Morandini second base leads off. Jim Eisenreich left field bats second. Greg Jeffries first base hitting third. Mark Whitten right field bats fourth. Darren Dalton catching hitting fifth. Charlie Hayes the third baseman batting sixth. Andy Van Slyke in center field hits seventh. Kevin Stocker the shortstop batting eighth. Batting ninth and pitching Paul Quantrill. They're facing Pedro Martinez.
Pedro Martinez, just a little guy, you see there, around 5'9", and as Harry said, a hard thrower, but what makes him effective, as you look at his numbers there, is probably as good a right-handed changeup as you'll see in the leg off a 90-plus fastball.
Defensively behind Pedro, Sean Berry at third, Dave Silvestri shortstop, Mike Lansing at second, David Segui at first, Darren Fletcher catching, F.P. Santangelo in left field, Rondell White in center, and Moises Alou in right. Mickey Morandini leads it off, hitting at .285. 84th birthday wishes to Frederica Schwartz, great Phillies fan. One ball and no strikes to Morandini. Pedro will walk people. He's 7th in the league in issuing walks, 51 bases on balls. Well hit to the opposite field, but Santangelo makes the catch at the rim of the warning track.
He was playing pretty deep, actually. You know, a lot of left fielders will play Morandini more shallow than that, and he'll fire a ball over their head once in a while. But he was so deep that he was able to cut that angle down pretty quickly.
Brings on Jim Eisenreich. Eyes hitting at .312. Eisenreich lifetime has not had good success against Martinez. 1 out of 10. The appeal going to Terry Tate, who said no bunt attempt. 1 ball and no strikes to Eisenreich. One and one. Pedro's 7th in the league in strikeouts, 120 of them. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Opponents are hitting just .224 against him. That's 4th best in the National League. He's just 23 years old. They got him from the Dodgers in the Delino DeShields deal. High heat, and he struck him out. That's 2 down, and that'll bring on Greg Jeffries.
Pedro Martinez is able to throw high fastballs by batters too, and here you see it. You're just not going to do anything with that pitch because number one, they're not going to catch up to it, and if they do, more times than not, it'll be fouled off.
Brings on Greg Jeffries. He throws as hard as any starting pitcher in the National League, Martinez, and it's amazing because, as Will's mentioned, he's slightly built. He grip and wet. He weighs 170 pounds. There you see his numbers against the Phillies. 1.29 career ERA.
He has
Jeffries
tremendous mechanics, Harry, is what he does. You know, if you watch him, he generates a lot of arm speed the way he pushes his body towards home plate, and he's just blessed with a great arm.
2 balls and a strike. With the Dodgers, he was a reliever, and you notice as soon as he came in from the bullpen that he could flat out rush it up there. Back through the middle, a base hit for Jeffries. So Jeffries has been a good hitter against Martinez. He's now 6 out of 13.
He looked as if he hit a changeup that time too. It appeared to be off speed, and Jeffries waited on it well, hit it right back through the middle. He almost hit him with it. See if this isn't a changeup. Yeah, it is. See it go down and away. And a good piece of hitting by Greg Jeffries. There are those perfect mechanics of Pedro Martinez. Look at the way he uses that back leg to push forward, and there goes the ball right back past him.
Brings on Mark Whitten, hitting at .265. Hard ground foul down the first base side. 0-1 to Whitten. So Martinez won't be duplicating what he did in San Diego earlier this year. All he did there was retire 27 men in a row. Pitched perfect baseball for 9 innings, but his teammates didn't score for him. And Bip Roberts led off the 10th with a double. He ended up winning that game, but was taken out after the double. And Mel Rojas got a save for him.
You know, all he got out of that was comparisons to Harvey Haddix.
Yeah. He's got no-hit type stuff, but you don't figure him to be a perfect game pitcher because he does walk batters and hits batters. Time had been called by Mark Whitten. Pitch doesn't count.
Yeah, he's not hitting as many batters as before, though. He has a lot of trouble with right-handed hitters because he pushes his ball and it runs up and in. But you know, guys are charging the mound and talk about him being a headhunter and all that stuff, and that has dropped off a little bit. I think his home run ball total has gone up because of it.
Well, he has given up quite a few homers. 16 home runs. That's tied for 5th most in the National League.
Well, that means that, you know, he's throwing more fat pitches now. They like to off-speed Whitten as much as possible. There's a changeup, and you see him swing over it. Great arm speed with his changeup. It looks just like a fastball when he lets it go.
Fairly close play on a good move by Pedro Martinez.
Martinez helps himself in a lot of ways. He's very quick to first, as you see with that spin move, and he's also quick to home plate. So he's tough to run on.
Just got back. just getting back again.
Look how quickly Segui puts that tag down, too. It's the advantage of having a first baseman who's a left-handed thrower. That glove is close, and he can get it down in a hurry.
In the dirt, good catch by Fletcher, 1-2.
Happy birthday number 81 to Joseph Smolars of Fox Chase and to Annabella Brown. All right, this is Annabella Brown, excuse me, Annabella Brown of Bridgeton, New Jersey, who's 84 today on this August 14th.
Tough name to pronounce, I guess. Brown, huh? There goes the runner. Pitches high. Fletcher's throw on the money. Jeffries out at second base. So that'll retire the Phils here in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left after 1. 0-0. After 1 inning of play, the Phils 0, Montreal 0. Upcoming telecasts of Phillies baseball include tomorrow night's game from the Astrodome in Houston on PHL 17 and Wednesday night's game on Sports Channel. Both games begin at 8 o'clock. A lot of youngsters at the ballpark today on this business person special. And David Segui will lead it off. Segui hitting at .329. That's third best in the National League. Switch hitter batting left.
So we're talking about with Martinez last inning. He gave Darren Fletcher a chance to throw the base runner out because he's so quick to home plate, plus his move is so good.
1 strike to Segui. Birthday wishes today to Father Dan Sherman of the Church of the Assumption, Pomona, New Jersey, from Teresa and from us. Father Sherman, a season ticket holder. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we have one to Dominic Fiorini of Reading, who is 74. And once again, Annabella Brown.
Just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes to David Segui. Phils will go to Houston right after the game today. Pitching matchup for the Astros series. Jeff Juden against Greg Swindell tomorrow night. Sid Fernandez and Doug Drabek on Wednesday. And Tommy Green and Doug Brocale on Thursday afternoon. Struck him out. First strikeout for Quantrill. 1 down here in the second.
Quantrill's making some pretty good pitches here early in this game. This is a good hard sinker ball. It looked like down and away from Segui. It is, and he tries to pull it. You see what happens when he tries to pull it. He pulls off it, and he gets a strikeout.
Brings on Darren Fletcher. Fletcher having a good year, hitting at .317. 9 homers. He's knocked in 39. 1 ball and no strikes. Fletcher's been a tough out for Quantrill. He's 4 out of 7 lifetime against Quantrill. Beats the ball foul. One ball and 1 strike to Darren Fletcher. This is the only day game in the major leagues today. Pretty well hit to the opposite field, but Eisenreich will make the play. 2 down. Sunday, September 10th against Houston, we have a great giveaway item for all youngsters 14 and under. A red Phillies ski cap knit with a Phillies script logo. Free for fans 14 and under. Compliments of Campbell's Soups. That'll be Sunday, September 10th. Order your tickets by calling 463-1000 or stop by one of the many local Ticketmaster outlets. Here's Mike Lansing hitting at .263. One ball and 1 strike to Lansing. 2 outs, no base runners here in the second. Missing inside, 2-1. Back through the middle, a base hit to center field, so Lansing has the Expos first hit. I'll have to keep an eye on him. He has 16 stolen bases. He's only been thrown out twice.
Michael Lansing, good little ball player, and he doesn't try to do too much with pitches. A lot of times he'll just try to hit the ball right back through the middle. You know, you saw that was a Quantrill sinker ball that actually came back over the plate and right in his wheelhouse. And every time you see Lansing play, you get impressed by him. What a good little ball player he is.
Yeah, I like him. He's can hit a few balls out of the ballpark, more than most second basemen will. Steals bases for you.
He's a good second baseman, too.
Makes the plays defensively. He's out of Wichita State University.
Quantrill has had trouble holding runners on this year, as opposed to Martinez, who has a real good move. Paul has just an average move. And Harry just just talked about those stolen bases that Lansing has, so he might want to run here.
1 strike to Sean Berry, who's hitting at 300. Lansing was selected by the Miami Miracle of the Florida State League in the 6th round, and the Expos purchased his contract, so he wasn't even selected by a major league team.
Right, that was that independent team that was playing out of Miami a few years ago.
Fists a foul, first base side. Jeffries a long run, good basket catch by Gregg, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second, 0-0. Our trivia question of the afternoon is brought to you by Dodge. Mike Schmidt shares the Phillies record for home runs in consecutive at-bats, 4 with 1 other Philly. Can you name him? Mark Whitten leads it off. He was at the plate in the last inning, but Jeffries thrown out attempting to steal. 1 ball and no strikes to Whitten. Fouls it out of play. 1-1.
Happy 75th birthday to Matthew Sipley from Ridley Park, and Matthew and his wife Sarah will also celebrate their 51st wedding anniversary in December, so congratulations to them.
Hard one, hopper, fielded by Silvestri. Throws out Whitten. Nice play by Dave Silvestri. 1 down. That'll bring on Darren Daulton. Expos have been playing good defense in this series.
Yeah, Cordero is out, of course, with a hip problem. There's Silvestri. Pretty good play to his right. And watch Whitten bust it down the line, too. After what happened yesterday, he figured he was going to run hard today no matter what happened.
Brings on Darren Daulton, hitting at 239. 1 ball and no strikes to Dutch. One to 1. Foul out of play. There's Will Cordero, who's out with a hip injury and left the first game of this series and has not played in any of the other games. He's not a great defensive shortstop, but he sure gives you a lot of offense in that position.
Second in the league in doubles.
Close on a check swing, 2-2.
Fans and the players are catching a little break right now because there's a high overcast, so it's not as sunny as it was earlier and doesn't feel quite as steamy here.
Into center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Rondell White will get it back into the infield, so Daulton halts an 0 for 13. He's a 1-out base runner.
Both hits for the Phillies off changeups, too. He threw him a blistering fastball the pitch before that. Now he comes back with a straight change, and it hangs just a little, and you see Daulton get it off the end of the bat. See, the one hand came off because he got out front a little bit, but still, when he gets that changeup up there, it's a little more hittable than normal.
Bring on Charlie Hayes, hitting at 276, leads the Phils and runs batted in with 60 of them. High fly ball right field. Moise Salou waits. 2 down, and that'll bring up Andy Van Slyke. Slyke hitting .266. Has pretty good career numbers against Pedro Martinez. 3 for 8 with a homer.
Send get well wishes along to Dot McDonald, recuperating from some surgery. A faithful Phillies fan for 41 years. She lives in Feasterville watching the ball game this afternoon. So get well soon, Dot.
One strike to Van Slyke. Two strikes.
2 fastballs. Martinez also has a pretty good breaking ball too, which I don't even know if he's thrown it yet.
I haven't seen him throw his slider at all.
It's a good one.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
He can sometimes go for long periods of time and just throw fastball changeup because they're such outstanding pitches and they're so different with their speeds and even the way they react.
Really, that's all you need if they're both quality pitches is 2 pitches. Koufax showed us that.
Yeah,
Sid Fernandez is same way.
Andy
Curveball.
Messersmith was like that with a good fastball and changeup. You know, he basically threw that. But there aren't many guys who can get away with that. Sid hardly throws his breaking ball anymore. I mean, his changeup anymore, does he?
No. Ground ball, second base. Lansing to Silvestri for the force on Dalton. That'll retire the Bills. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left after 2-0.
He's feisty, he's tough, and now Lenny Dykstra is in living color on a t-shirt that fans 14 and under get free. Compliments of Boston Market before the Phillies play the Giants Sunday, August 20th at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Want to rub elbows with some stars? How about joining Ashburn, Boa, Luzinski, Fregosi, and players that have made Phillies history this February at Dream Week down in Clearwater, Florida. Learning, laughing alongside the stars in your own Phillies uniform. Space is limited. For Dream Week reservations, call 215-938-1200. 215-938-1200. 1 strike to Dave Silvestri, who's batting at 200. Our trivia question of the afternoon brought to you by Dodge. Mike Schmitz shares the Phillies record for home runs in consecutive at-bats. 4. Schmitty got his at Wrigley Field. Another Philly had 4 homers in consecutive at-bats. Can you name him?
I'm going to say over the course of 2 games right here at Veterans Stadium, Darren Johnson.
Exactly right. In 1971, he hit 1 on July 10th and 3 straight on July 11th. DJ.
Was it the Giants that he hit them against?
How about those Padres?
The Padres, okay. There was some show DJ put on those 2 games. What a good man he was.
It was our first year with the Phils.
Yep.
Yeah, he was not only a good player, a good batting coach as well.
Didn't say much.
Let it fly. Let that bat fly.
One time he was telling a guy his problem was shoe. I said, excuse me? He said, shoe. I said, Darren, what are you talking about? He pointed at the guy's back foot in the batter's box. Shoes in the wrong spot. That's the way he used to coach.
1-2 here to Dave Silvestri. Stephen Perloff of Lansdowne sent me this trivia question. What is the fewest number of pitches that can be thrown in a complete game? Whoa. Oh, a wide throw. Great job by Jeffries holding the bag for out number 1. Great play by Greg Jeffries saving Quantrill.
Yeah, Quantrill very appreciative of that. As you can see, he said something there to Greg Jeffries. This is a heck of a play. He throws him a slider here.
Ooh.
How he caught it, let alone stayed on the bag. That was a heck of a play. How many? What was that again? How many pitches?
Fewest number of pitches you can throw in a complete game. Pedro Martinez hitting a 133.
And it's not 27.
It is correct. It is not 27.
Well,
that would be
easy.
the logical guess.
Yeah, of course not. It wouldn't be that. I don't know.
25.
How?
Home run, ninth inning, or any inning, really, a home run, and you lose 1-0. Pitch a complete game.
25.
Fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Pedro Martinez. Jammed him, and he fists the ground foul down the first base side.
This little guy likes to hit. I mean, he's only a 133 hitter, but you know, he stands right up there and takes his hacks all the time.
He committed, according to Jerry Davis, the plate umpire. Second strikeout for Quantrill. 2 down here in the third. And bring on Rondell White, who grounded out to Greg Jeffries his first time up.
Home plate umpire calls that because it's a high pitch, so his eyes are up in that area, as opposed to, say, a low pitch when he has to make an appeal down to the first or third base umpire. Home plate umpire takes that one all the way. This guy has been very impressive in this series. Rondell White waiting on pitches and using those unbelievably strong, quick hands that he possesses.
Yeah, he's got power, and he'll knock in runs, and eventually he'll be down toward the middle of the lineup. But right now they've got him leading off.
It's a tremendous gift if you can wait as long as he does.
Ground ball shortstop. Stocker throws out Rondell White. A 1-2-3 inning for Quantrill. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the third. 0-0. Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light. By Nationwide Insurance Enterprise. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide insurance agent in Doylestown is Jeffrey Landis. And by the Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 people use the genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Kevin Stocker leads off for the Phillies here in the third. Stocker hitting at .214. Foul tip. Jammed him, and he pops it up in the infield. Lansing waits and puts it away for out number 1. That'll bring up Paul Quantrill. Quantrill hitting at .086. Throws right, but bats left. Faked a bunt, took a full cut. 1 strike. Not a bad idea for him because he hardly ever pulls a ball, and if he gets that third baseman moving in, might ground one past him.
That's what he tried to do. You saw Berry's expression. The problem with that is when you do that against Martinez, it's kind of hard to reload on that heater once you faked it and get it in play, Harry.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
You would say he rushes it up there quite smartly.
Yes, he does.
And effortlessly too.
Yeah, he's going to be, I think, one of the game's big winners over the years. He's only 23 years old.
Well, nothing happens to him, and he stays healthy. He has to win just because of the ability that he has.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
He also has an intimidation factor built in, which is not as great as it once was, and I think that has hurt him a little bit.
Fouled it left field side, still 2-2. His older brother's not a bad pitcher either for those Dodgers. Ramon a 12-game winner this year. Pedro a 10-game winner.
Ramon Martinez has a no-hitter this year.
Right. That's what he was trying to do on that fake bunt. That would have gone through had he hit it like that. But Perry throws him out for out number 2.
But as we said, once he starts to bunt and then pull the bat back, it's kind of hard to hit it. He broke his bat there, and there's Berry. Takes a little extra hop right there, and it causes him to make a little bit of a poor throw. But Siggy makes a play with no problem.
Mickey Morandini lined out to deep left his first time up. One ball and no strikes to Morandini. Doing nothing. Got that one over for a strike. 2-1 to Morandini. Nothing game. We're in the bottom of the third. Phil's with 2 hits. Montreal with 1. Miss with a 2-1 change. Tyler Green and Tommy Green. Tyler coming off by far his best outing since the All-Star break. 7 strong innings yesterday. Lined into center field for a hit. So Morandini picks up the Phillies' 3rd hit.
Rondell White plays pretty deep, as you see Tommy Green and Tyler Green there on the bench. And that ball that Morandini just hit, a lot of center fielders catch that ball. But because he plays so deep, the ball was able to land in front of him.
Eisenreich struck out his first time up.
Man.
Chases that high fastball. Not going to get around on that baby.
No, and as we said, the chances are if you put it in play, you'll pop it up. Especially early in the game. Now, maybe later he might lose something off it, but not early.
Played off that one.
Kind of amazing. Phillies have their lineup stocked with left-handed hitters. You think that would be in your favor, but left-handed hitters 193, right-handed hitters 258 against Martinez this year.
That is surprising.
It is, and I think some of the right-handed hitter success now that they're getting is because he won't pitch inside as much as he did before. Because of all the problems that he had, the warnings, a visit from the league office, people complaining about him, guys charging the mound, and it's taken something away from his game.
Morandini goes, but it's fouled back and out of play. 1-2 to Jim Eisenreich. Joe Kerrigan, Montreal pitching coach, Philadelphian.
Joe makes his home in North Wales now.
One of his favorite places, lizards in Houston. Hard ground foul.
Think he still goes there? See, you'll get him in trouble now.
Hopefully. That place is no longer open.
Biggest
went
mistake.
To that place one night.
Right.
I stood on a hill of red ants.
Right. The biggest mistake he ever came was the Expos came into town early one night in Houston, and he met up with us and went out one night. And you stepped in that red anthill.
Oh man.
And those were biggies, boy.
Yeah. Only about 80 ant bites all up and down my leg.
People were probably asking, what were you doing near an anthill? And we won't tell them.
Close play.
Joe at that time was a player for the Expos.
Reaches out and plucks a base hit into right right center. Morandini heading for third. A loose throw cut off, and the Phillies have runners at first and third with 2 outs.
Appeared to be another changeup. The Phillies have gotten a couple of one-handed swings at Martinez's changeup and put them in play. Watch Eisenreich and see if he doesn't get out front here. There it is. There's a straight change. Sinks. One-handed swing. Because you get so far out front, and he bloops it into right field.
Probably not a good pitch selection, because Izzy had been chasing the high fastballs, and he had him buried in the count 1-2. Here's Greg Jeffries, who singled his first time up. 1 ball and no strikes. One and nothing to Jeffries. Philly runners first and third, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Popped him up. Shallow left. Silvestri puts it away, and the Phillies are down in the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Rich Ashburn joins Chris Wheeler in the fourth after 3-0.
On Saturday night, August the 26th, Tommy Lasorda and the Dodgers will be here, and it's National Pack Time. That's a special day for fans 14 and under. They'll receive a set of 6 various baseball cards from the major baseball card manufacturers, plus information on collection cards. A fun night for baseball with the Dodgers, and a great gift for fans 14 and under. That will be Saturday night, August the 26th. Game time 7:05, and the Dodgers, who are now in first place in the National League West, will be in town. F.P. Santangelo, who popped the short his first time up, will bat. Moises Alou and David Segui to follow. And joining us here in the fourth inning is Rich Ashburn.
No hitting, Wheels.
Phillies with 4 hits. Expos with 1. And no runs in the ball game. Phillies have gotten a few hits off the changeup of Perez's.
Yeah.
Of Martinez's, and Quantrill's done a really good job with his sinker ball today, keeping him a little off balance. Call a high strike there, 2-2. There's the line on Quantrill through 3 innings. Quantrill hardly ever walks batters, so he has not today, and he struck out 2. Santangelo is a switch hitter. And now it's 3-2.
First full count he's run.
That's one thing about Paul Quantrill. All year he is ranked right up among the league leaders and the stingiest in issuing walks. So he walks somebody. Santangelo walks to lead off the fourth inning, and that'll bring up Alou, who fly to right. And throughout this series, Moises Alou has swung at the first pitch. See if he does it again. Did it the first time up and hit it deep to the warning track in right center. There is Larry Bowa. Was he talking to Gary Varsho there, it looked like. Your pregame radio guest today, Larry Bowa.
First guy ran into, Wheels.
He swings at the first pitch, as he does almost every single at bat, and fouls it back 0-1. Yeah, well, I was sitting there getting ready to do the manager's show, and it was a very interesting conversation, as always, you had with Larry Bowa.
He hasn't seen many people over there in his third base coaching position here lately.
Outside 1-1, right, as the Phillies continue to have their offensive problems. Today they're facing a very, very good pitcher, too, in Pedro Martinez. There he is. He's scattered 4 hits through the first 3 innings, all singles.
I believe right now he's a better pitcher than his older brother.
Pop-up. Shallow center field. Andy Van Slyke Looking up into that hazy sunshine, puts it away. Yeah, he certainly throws harder than Ramon does, and Ramon did pitch a no-hitter this year. But I agree with you. I think he is better, and he's younger. David Segui will bat. He struck out his first time up. Segui batting at 328, 354 right-handed, 320 from the left side coming into the game.
Really wasn't close to a knockdown pitch. It just caught him, you know, it was inside, and it was he wasn't ready for it. See, this really didn't come close to hitting him, but he jumped out of the way.
That's probably because Quantrill pitched him away a lot his first time up, so he was kind of diving out looking for something. One of the two batters that Quantrill struck out, the other is Martinez. Now he goes back outside and misses 2-0. Santangelo, the runner at first base, now with 1 out. Santangelo, since coming up to the Expos from AAA Ottawa, has stolen 1 base in 1 attempt. Expos ran once today. Or actually, the Phillies ran once and were caught stealing. Montreal does not run the way they used to, but they still have quite a few guys who can run and steal bases. White has 15. Lansing has 16. Fouled away left side, now to play.
Expos have stolen 70% of their bases. That's a good percentage.
Yeah, there it is right there what Whitey was talking about. You remember they used to have teams, though, where they would run all the time. When they had Raines and Grissom.
Dawson.
I mean, up and down their lineup, they had a lot of speed, especially at the top of it. Delano DeShields ran a lot when he was with them. Two and 1. Phillies might be thinking that they'll turn Santangelo loose here and maybe play hit and run with Segui, who has that hole on the right side. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Quantrill is a guy who throws strikes, so he's a perfect pitcher to play hit and run against. He goes. They pitch out. Dalton's throw. Got him. Everybody thinking right there.
Good thinking by somebody on the Phillies staff, because you don't pitch out 2-1 on the count, you know, and Felipe Alou figured the same thing.
But it was a perfect situation to play hit and run, and that's what they did, and the Phillies thought that way. Pitch out, and Dalton makes a strong throw. As Santangelo, you see him looking in and now knows he's a potential to be a dead duck. The count was perfect, the hitter was perfect, and the type of pitcher who's going to throw a strike.
That's a gutsy pitch out, because if they're not running,
right,
it doesn't look good.
Sure, because then you go to 3-1, and then there's a base hit. So Segui singles to left, but he's on with 2 outs, and that's the second hit of the game given up by Quantrill. And Darren Fletcher, the batter, flied out to Eisenreich and left his first time up. Ground ball. Morandini can't get to it. Segui will trot around second and head for third. They were playing him as a dead pull hitter, and he hit that ball towards the middle, and Morandini had no shot at it. So runners at the corners now and 2 outs. Boy, as deep as Morandini was, you thought maybe he'd even be able to go over and get it, but it was too much up the middle.
Yeah, and the ball is really bouncing off that AstroTurf today. It's hot out there.
Yeah, when it's sunny, when you get these hotter days like this on that turf, the ball takes a higher hop, no doubt about it. So here's Lansing trying to do some damage with 2 outs. He singled his first time up, right back through the middle. So the pitch out in this inning has proved big. It saved at least 1 run. As Dalton made that strong throw after the pitch out was called. Charlie Hayes gets it on a hop, throws him out, and they dodge a bullet in that inning. To the Phillies, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and Montreal leaves 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, no score. Phils are heading to Houston after the game today, but then they're back for a long homestand against the Coast Clubs. And coming right up on Sunday, August the 20th, the Giants and Barry Bonds will be in town. And on Sunday, that date, a hot T-shirt for all fans 14 and under. It's a white T-shirt with a contemporary, colorful design of Lenny Dykstra on it. And it's compliments of Boston Markets. A fun time at the Vet, a terrific gift for all fans 14 and under. So we hope to see you out here Sunday. That's this coming Sunday when the San Francisco Giants and Barry Bonds come to town. Possibly even Matt Williams will be back in the lineup by then. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
The line so far in Pedro Martinez, low strikeout total for him. Phillies have 4 hits, all singles, and 3 of them have come on changeups. Witten takes the first pitch outside. He grounded hard to short his first time up. Be Witten, Dalton, and Hayes here to face Martinez in the 4th inning. No score. Breaking ball over. He hasn't thrown many of them today.
Might be the first one.
Right, and he has a good one too. It's kind of some kind of stuff in it to be able to go into the 4th inning and throw fastball changeup with that kind of breaking ball.
They're working. It's working, whatever he's doing.
Witten, late swing and a foul left side out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mark Witten, a switch hitter. He's hit 2 home runs, knocked in 6 runs since coming over here. He's had 50 at bats thus far. Boy, he throws hard. 3-2 for a guy that small. Sound that ball makes when it hits a glove is something. There's Darren Dalton. Shatters his bat, rolls it to Segui. He'll need Martinez. He's there, 1 away. And he will come in your kitchen too.
Might have swung at ball 4. Let's take a look at it. No, that broke back. Might have been a little high. Got him out.
Dalton looped a single to center his first time up. Darren batting .241. Over for a strike. Jerry Davis, the home plate umpire this afternoon. Inside, Terry Tata, their crew chief, has joined them today. Eric Gregg on vacation. Eric was here over the weekend. He doesn't have to go far for vacation. He lives in Wynwood.
Very prominent figure in Wynwood too. I run into all kinds of people that see Eric out there.
1-2 to Dalton, and inside with a blazing fastball. 2-2.
He's not hard to spot. That's one thing.
Somebody knew that was coming. Let's make sure Eric knows you said that. He might even be watching today. Struck him out on a high fastball. Dalton gone. Strikeout number 2 in the game for Martinez. 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th. There's Pedro Martinez at 59 pitches here in the 4th inning. He throws a lot of pitches because he runs deep counts. Walks quite a few batters and strikes out a lot. Hayes flat out to right field on the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning. Now takes one over for a strike. Van Slyke on deck. 2 outs, nobody on base. No score in the 4th. Final game of the series. He can make you look silly with that off-speed stuff. 0-2.
That was his curveball. Broke low and outside, and Charlie was fooled on it.
Yeah, as you said, that might have been only the second one he's thrown now, too. It's another one. Starting to like that pitch a little more this inning. 1-2. Martinez is a quick worker. You got that kind of stuff, why not? Fastball misses outside. 2-2 to Charlie Hayes.
Yeah, the guys with good stuff, they can't wait to throw it.
Yeah, right.
The ones without good stuff, they don't want to let go of it.
Hey, that's always amazing. You see a guy with good stuff who takes a long time. Popped him up, foul out of play behind the plate. It's still 2-2 on Charlie Hayes.
Steve Carlton was a quick worker. Remember Bob Gibson? I mean, he couldn't get the ball back to the catcher fast enough.
Koufax work fast?
No, he did not.
It's interesting. There's one of those guys then.
He was just a slow, deliberate guy. I don't think it had anything to do with what kind of pitches he had. He had great pitches.
Fouled off the facing of the press box and back into the stands. Now there's a guy that basically existed on 2 pitches, didn't he, Koufax?
Fastball and curveball, but the fastball was 100 miles an hour, and the curveball broke off a table. If he ever threw a changeup, I never saw it.
A few guys might have gotten out in front of his changeup, huh?
Yeah.
3-2 to Charlie Hayes, who has fouled a couple off trying to get on base. Martinez has yet to walk a batter. He struck out 2 and he's given up 4 singles. Charlie has a little bit of a closed stance today. Now he opens and hits it to Berry on one big hop. Sean Berry throws him out. 3 up and 3 down go the Phils in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the 5th inning. No score. Back here at Veterans Stadium, Chris Wheeler with Rich Ashburn. Harry Callis rejoins us in the 7th. No scores. Sean Berry, the 7-hole hitter, leads it off and takes Paul Quantrill pitch over for a strike. It'll be Berry, Silvestri, Martinez here in the 5th inning. Final business person special of 1995. Foul away into the upper deck off to the right side. It's 0-2 on Berry. Jim Fregosi. Felipe Alou, the manager of the Expos. 2 very good friends. Outside 1-2. There's Alou, who's done a fine job with this team, especially when you consider how many players they lost, quality players. And that's the free agency and trades and the new economics.
He made a good point yesterday. He lost 4 all-star players, and he said, you know, if you lose 1, he says if you lose a good bench player, it can upset the whole makeup of the ball club. Well, he lost a passel of good ones.
Well, that is no swing. According to Wally Bell, he lost Marquise Grissom, he lost Ken Hill, Larry Walker, and maybe his biggest loss of all was Wetland.
Yeah, John Wetland. They haven't replaced Wetland.
No, they've had a lot of bullpen problems this year. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Berry. Quantrill ahead of him, 0-2. Now it's even. Broken bat, speared by Quantrill, 1 away. Nice play by the pitcher.
Really jammed him with a 3-2 fastball. See Dalton set up inside. That's where the pitch was. Just kind of an arm swing, a weak arm swing.
He could toss that bat away. Here's Silvestri. Fouls it back. A lot of World War II veterans probably watching the ball game today, and Celebration of VJ Day, the end of the war in the Pacific, the official end of World War II, and a momentous day for you, Whitey.
That's right. I ended it.
I want you to explain that to our listeners, because they probably think that maybe the atomic bombs had something to do with that war ending.
I would say it had a part in it.
However,
I was drafted that day, and I feel the Japanese overreacted a little bit to that.
fouled away and surrendered. Aboard the USS Missouri.
That is correct. Douglas MacArthur.
Right.
I always told my kids that. I'm not sure it took.
I hope not. You tried that on me a few times. Strike 3 called. A good pitch by Quantrill. Struck him out. 2 outs and nobody on base here in the 5th inning. And here's that pitch.
Well, it's close to the outside corner. It probably was an inch or two off the plate. Just too close to take.
Martinez struck out his first time up. He's getting good starting pitching here this afternoon from Quantrill. Little looper to right. Witten, Morandini, and a good running play. Mickey Morandini. Good inning. Quantrill 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And on this VJ Day, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. No score. Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Pico Energy, focusing our energies on you. And by your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. Independence Hall, down around, what is that, 5th and Chestnut, great historical site here in Philadelphia. And there's Carlos Perez, the guy the Phillies whacked around here in the first game of the series, a quirky left-hander. Andy Van Slyke will lead it off. Phillies at the bottom of their lineup, as the Expos were in the top of this inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters. That's Van Slyke, Stocker, and Quantrill. There are the totals in the ball game. Moved along rapidly here this afternoon. 1:05 start. Phillies heading for Houston after the ball game. A 3-game series at the Dome, 2 night games and a day game. And then back here to face the Coast Clubs, beginning with San Francisco on Friday. 2-0. And Van Slyke looks at one outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Phillies trying to get something going here. Their best shot was 1st and 3rd with 2 outs back in the 3rd inning. Martinez fires a strike over. Pedro Martinez from the Dominican Republic chases a fastball. Late swing and a miss. 3-2. This guy can be tough to catch up to, especially with that changeup in the back of a hitter's mind.
Yeah, he hasn't walked the batter. That's helped him.
And the hits he's given up are all singles. Phillies had 1 man caught stealing. That was Jeffries in the 1st. (3-2) to Van Slyke. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Fletcher. Struck him out. 1 out in the 5th. Here's your wild card chase right now. The Houston Astros in the driver's seat. The Rockies have slipped to 2nd in their division, but 3rd out of the wild card. Cubs and Padres have moved ahead of the Phillies, and Montreal in a dead heat as they have the same record now as the Phillies. And believe it or not, the Phillies are even in the loss column with the Marlins. That ball's hit well to right center, and nobody's going to get it, and it will bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. Stocker had a chance, depending on how that ball bounced off the wall, to maybe get a triple out of that, but we'll never know. So the first extra base hit of the game belongs to the Phillies' Kevin Stocker.
Split the gap out there. That's why I always like the grass and dirt. You don't see this on grass and dirt. These kind of balls wouldn't bounce over the fence. They'd ricochet off the fence somehow, and I think you'll see a lot more triples on grass and dirt.
You know what, Whitey, even in a night game, that ball might not bounce over the fence. But as you said earlier, you know, they do bounce a lot higher here on these hot days.
Triple is one of the most exciting hits of all, but you hardly see any of them anymore.
How about that Kurt Abbott getting 2 inside the park home runs in 4 games at Florida? 2 of them. Well, they have some crazy angles in that outfield.
They do. Kurt Abbott is not especially a speed demon either.
Strong.
I mean, yeah. Can hit for distance.
I saw some replays on them, and they did take some funny bounces. Quantrill trying to help himself here. He grounded out the first time up. Now he taps one out towards Martinez. That's a fair ball. Throws him out, 2 down. And over to third goes Kevin Stocker for Morandini. Here's Mickey. Hit it deep his first time up. Santangelo playing him deep, had a pretty good angle on it, ran it down. And then he singled in front of Rondell White in center field his last time up. So Mickey batting .287. Oh, look out. Mickey's .351 average with runners in scoring position, tops on the ball club.
Pitch right off his hip.
Man,
just missed him.
This guy comes inside. There's not much time to react.
Right down the middle.
Yep. 1-1. So Phillies have the guy up there who's been their best hitter with runners in scoring position this year. Mickey Morandini's had a tremendous season. Oh, baby.
That got his helmet, I believe, didn't it?
Yep. He just looks out at him and he says something.
He doesn't like it either.
Well, you know, Martinez has had a lot of trouble this year, and the reason is that he throws balls up around batters' heads. And he's scary to hit off.
Well, that was scary because that was at the helmet. I think he just got a piece of it, though. It didn't really hit him solid, or he wouldn't be up walking. I don't think, helmet or no helmet.
Boy, this is a hard fastball.
Frightening thing to see right here. I mean, that's right up there. See, Mickey doesn't give ground. There he gives ground. Hit his shoulder.
Hit his shoulder,
Hit
right.
his shoulder.
See, that's what they don't like about Martinez, because he gets wild high. And he throws so hard. There's a look for people to see how little time a hitter has to move. Well, you just don't have any time. And he called him something there.
Well, I don't think Mickey was that mad. I think, you know, he just wondered why would you do that?
It scares you more than anything,
Yeah.
I would think, when you throw as hard as Martinez does and that ball's right up by your coconut. So Eisenreich, the batter, he has struck out and singled off a changeup. That's the 7th batter Martinez has hit this year. Now Martinez knows that hitters get upset with him, and he's thinking right there, well, he might just run on me on the first pitch. So he moves over there. See Fletcher looking into the dugout. This is low with an off-speed pitch, 1-0. There's the skipper, Felipe Alou. Part of Martinez's game is a pitch inside.
The big part of his game, I tell you, keeps those hitters from leaning over the plate.
Oh yeah, you're not going to have too many left-handed hitters dive into balls when he's pitching. Pitching coach Joe Kerrigan. Martinez has been hurt by the home run ball this year, 16 of them to lead their ball club.
When you go inside all the time, you know, that's, if you don't throw it just where you want it, that's kind of a dangerous place to pitch. That's the wheelhouse of a lot of hitters. So you better get it in there if you're going inside. Been getting it in there today.
They're shading Eisenreich. They called a balk then. He flinched and they called a balk, and the Phillies are going to get a run.
How about that?
How about that is right. They were having a little mix-up, and you saw Martinez's glove just flinch, and both umpires, the home plate umpire and the second base umpire, went up with the balk sign at the same time.
Wonder if this business rattled him at all. You know, he's thrown 2 pitches inside wild to Eisenreich. You know, everybody was a little upset by that ball that hit Morandini. Maybe it upset him, maybe it didn't.
2 balls and no strikes now to Eisenreich, and a strike call. We talked about that a little earlier, that the intimidation had gone away from him a little bit because of all the hoopla about him throwing up and in. And he had been getting hurt with a long ball a little bit more. Two and two.
Yeah, that's a pitch you have to lay off. I mean, you can't, if you hit it, it's not going to go anywhere, but foul, way low and inside. You have to get your swing started against Martinez, but not on a pitch like that.
Change up, check swing, foul. Berry won't get there.
Here's the balk move. Yeah. Well, you're allowed to do that with the ball. Well, I tell you, he didn't move that glove much.
Yeah, I saw his glove flinch and their hands went up, and like you said, it wasn't much. But boy, they sure reacted to it, and nobody argued.
And you're right, both home plate and second base umpire called it together.
Yeah. Change up off the end of the bat and right at Sean Berry. But the Phillies pick up a gift run there. 1 run. They do it with just the 1 hit. The costly balk by Martinez. And 1 man left on base. 1-0 Phils after 5. Well, a special Sunday night game is coming up on Sunday, August the 27th at 8:05. The Phillies and the Dodgers are here, and that will be the one Sunday night game of the year. All fans receive a beautiful color poster honoring the Phillies' 4 living Hall of Famers, and it's free from Mellon PSFS. A final visit for the Dodgers this year, and your chance for a great Hall of Fame keepsake. Come on out that night, a Sunday night game, Phillies and the Dodgers. You know, the more and more you look at that balk by Martinez, that was pretty close. There's the pitching comparison. Both these guys doing a good job, and yet 2 umpires called at the same time. That ball's hit deep right center. Witten got a good jump, and it tailed right back to him. Rondell White hit it hard, but the ball had a little tail back to the right fielder. 1 away.
Sliced it right into him. Could see it turning that way, and Witten, all he had to do was run under it.
To watch a replay of that balk, you surprised somebody didn't argue it?
Yeah, you know, there was a very slight movement.
By argue it, I mean, you know, you're technically not allowed to come after umpires on it, but you know, you at least see them put their hands up in the air or somebody say something. Phillies will take it though, because Pedro Martinez is tough, and they have a run on the board. And that's it in the game right now, 1-0. Santangelo's 0 for 1 with a walk. Left center field could be trouble. It is, and it'll take that big high hop. Van Slank grabs it, and Santangelo has a double. That's the first extra base hit in the ball game for Montreal.
Didn't really scald the pitch, but a great location for the hitter. In that left center field hole. Big hop. Like going up on the backboard there.
Yeah. Comes that first ball hitting Moises Alou as Santangelo's on second. Don't want to give him a good pitch to hit. First pitch.
It's a pretty good pitch to hit.
It sure was, and I don't know that he has not swung at the first pitch in this series. Certainly has done it every time today. Did it yesterday. 0-1 to Alou. David Segui waits on deck, switch hitter. Alou's second in the league being hit by pitches because he's right on top of the plate. First in the league is the guy we're going to see tomorrow, Craig Biggio. Oh my, deep to right, and it is gone. Oh, did he rocket that thing? A line drive home run by Alou, and just like that, the Expos regain the lead 2-1 on Alou's 14th home run of the year.
The pitch was up high. I think that's where Quantrill wanted to throw it, because we see him pop up a lot of those high pitches, but he didn't there. He got the barrel of the bat out there.
Did he ever? What a sound that made.
See, now that pitch is up above the waist.
Yeah, but it ran right back in. You know, the more you look at it, it ran right back into his wheelhouse. Danger zone. So Montreal uses the long ball, and Phillies bleed out a run, and boom, a 2-run home run, and they're down by a run. Pitch to Segui is over for a strike. So a double and a homer here. And Alou with 58 runs batted in. Segui has a hit and 2 at bats. Fouls one away, left side, out of play. Inside, 1-2 to Segui, with Darren Fletcher, a left-handed batter, due to bat next. Hits are even at 5. Expos lead by 1. 2-1 in the 6th inning on that guy's homer. A 2-run blast off the backdrop and left. Only question on that ball that he hit was whether it was high enough, because he smoked it.
That's one of the problems with not scoring runs. It puts a lot of pressure on your pitchers. You know, they're afraid to make a bad pitch.
That's trouble. If it's fair, it is. It'll go to the corner. Eisenreich cuts it off, and there's a double for David Segui. So 3 straight extra base hits for the Montreal Expos, and now they have a runner at second with 1 out for Fletcher.
Hit a changeup and just poked it over there. That's one reason he's hitting so well. He uses all 3 fields to hit. All 3 extra base hits in this inning.
Yeah, in succession. Double, homer, double. After the leadoff man, White had hit it pretty hard to right field. And the Phillies are getting Mike Williams up in their bullpen. High to Fletcher, ball 1. Fletcher has flied to left, singled up towards the middle. Orlandini playing him way back again, and behind the white line, as Fletcher doesn't run all that well. The runner on second, they can cheat a little bit in that infield back. Missed outside, 2-0. Foul ball. Fletcher just missed another extra base hit. Fletcher pulls a lot more balls than he did when he's with the Phillies. He used to really drag the bat through the strike zone, kind of an opposite field hitter, inside out. And now you see him when he gets ahead in the count or looks for something, he can turn on a ball. Homered yesterday over the right field wall on a 3-2 pitch.
He's a lot more selective. I mean, he picks his pitches rather than what the pitcher wants him to hit.
There he goes the other way. That's what he used to do for the most part when he was here. Fly ball to left. And most teams, you know, want a left-handed hitter like that who has some pop to pull the ball. You don't want them being opposite field hitters, and he's gotten a lot better at that. Here's Lansing. He's singled and grounded out, 1 for 2. So Segui at second base with 2 outs and 2 runs in. Rick Lansing can be a tough out. He's been hot lately. Smashed right at Stocker. Boy, that was a BB, and Stocker handles it. Expos in the inning, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They leave 1 to the bottom of the 6th inning. Moises Alou has given Montreal a 2-1 lead. Today's game is brought to you by Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile, introducing Mobile Reach, the only cellular network available in small, medium, and humongous. By your Quality Plus Ford dealers, home of 5 of the top 10 selling cars and trucks in America. And by Hoover, nobody gets the dirt out like Hoover, nobody. Greg Jeffries leads it off for the Phillies here in the 6th inning. Jeffries singled up the middle his first time up, popped to short in the 3rd. 2-1 Montreal here in the 6th. First pitch a strike, that one outside. 1-1 to Jeffries, followed by Witten and Dalton, 3 left-handed batters to face Pedro Martinez. Fouled away. Martinez now working on his first lead of the game. High fastball ripped to right, and it'll bounce to the wall. Jeffries will get a double out of it. There's another one of those high hoppers on this hot turf, Whitey, and it turns into a double. Didn't look like Alou played it all that badly.
No, he played it because he thought he could get the out at second, but the ball hit and didn't bounce back to him. It stopped. Here's the high fastball, ripped it, and here's the high bounce.
Yeah.
You could see it hit something down there at the bottom and didn't come back. Allowed Jeffries to get into second easily.
It went under that padding down there. Oh, there it is. Has that backspin, and then it gets under there, and it's another one of those big old high hops, though, on a hot day. Here's Witten, and the Phillies need him to pull a ball. And he tries to and beats it into his own dugout. Witten has grounded out twice, once to short and once to the first baseman with the pitcher covering. Either one of those balls would advance Jeffries. There's a shortstop as that's over for a strike. The shortstop is playing up the middle. There's Jeff Shaw starting to throw. See where the shortstop is, so anything he fields basically to his left or even to his right a little bit, you're going to be able to advance to third if you read it right. That'll get him over. And Mark Witten, who got booed yesterday for not running out of ball, will get cheers from the fans here who appreciate that. Giving up an out there to get the base runner to third for Dalton.
And Alou will bring his infield in. He does this. He doesn't want it. He doesn't like to give up runs. Middle infielders are back a little bit, but they're basically in.
Telling somebody to back up. Going on contact, and he'll be out. Phillies were going on contact. The ball went right to Berry. Throws out Jeffries at the plate. 2 down. It's another example. They just have not been able to get those runners in from third base with less than 2 outs.
It's amazing. Dalton reached for a pitch. Didn't hit it badly. Hit it sharply, but right at Berry. And Jeffries is a dead duck. I don't know how many times that's happened in this series. It's happened a lot.
It's happened a lot in the last 6 weeks. Charlie Hayes swings and misses at a breaking ball, 0-1. So Dalton at first on the fielder's choice. Alou with the infield in. And it pays off. Fouled away, 0-2. Leadoff double in the inning, but now it's come down to a man on first with 2 outs. And the Expos lead it by a run, 2-1. One into right field, a base hit. Dalton stops at second as Alou gets another big hop. So the Phillies were trying to make something happen by going on contact, and they got the runner thrown out at the plate. Sit around waiting for the 2-out hit. They haven't been getting many of them either. They got one there. So Van Slyke, the batter, who's grounded out and struck out. Field going back as Alou at the wall, and he's got it. Hit it pretty well to Andy Van Slyke, but all the way to the wall, and that's the way it's going for the Phillies. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2 men on base. Harry the K back with Whitey in the 7th, still 2-1 Montreal.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Expos 2 and the Phillies 1. Wednesday at 9, Lisa gets mad at Sean when she can't get any privacy on the Wayans brothers on PHL 17, the home of the WB television network. As Harry Callis joins us in the 7th. Harry?
Thanks, Rich, and Sean Berry will lead it off. Berry is fouled out and hit a humpback line drive back at Quantrill, and he looks at a strike. Expos lead it 2-1. Here in the 7th inning. Bounces a foul over the Phillies dugout, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Sean Berry. Ball third base. Charlie Hayes bounces it intentionally and gets Berry by a stride. 1 down.
Good play by Charlie. Played it a little off to the side, but trying to get a good hop. This is another thing I don't like about AstroTurf, is that you can play a ball like that. What is this? It's like indoor football.
Yeah, you'd never do that on grass and dirt.
Bounce them off the boards.
Here's Dave Silvestri. He's grounded back to the mound and struck out. Fly ball left field. Ball carrying well today, but Eisenreich right in front of the fence makes the catch. That's 2 down, and the Expos have bullpen activity, and it looks like they might take Pedro Martinez out of this game.
He's thrown 100 pitches right on the button.
This would be that Curtis Pride.
That's not, not that many pitches today, but maybe on a hot day like this, it's quite a few.
The surprising thing about that line for Martinez is no walks, because he came into the game 7th in the league in giving up walks. He did hit a batsman. He'll lead with a 2-1 lead. Curtis Pride hitting at 182 as a pinch hitter. 2 out of 13 will be the pinch hitter. This probably will be Quantrill's last inning. He is scheduled to hit second in the bottom half of this 7th inning. And the Phils trail it 2-1. Willie Frazier is the pitcher up in the Montreal bullpen. As Pride started out toward the mound. Threw it right behind his head. Morandini had been hit by a Pedro Martinez pitch. I have a feeling that maybe had Martinez stayed in this game, he might have gotten
for him.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I suppose it was. I think you're right. They couldn't throw at Martinez with 2 outs and nobody on. So they don't think that's fair. He didn't throw it at the pinch hitter, but you know, Quantrill has good control. He doesn't lose pitches like that.
No, there was a message in that.
Well, Dalton, I think, you know, stopped what might have been by getting it in front of the pinch hitter. So the umpires were right there.
Yeah, that was a retaliation for Martinez. And had he hit, that's probably where the ball was going to go if he was batting.
I think they'll give a warning. They'll warn both clubs, I think. Because we've had one man hit. Morandini. Pride was certainly shaken up by that. He didn't get hit.
Here it is.
Yeah, here it is. It's behind his back. I mean, where do you go on a pitch like that? Most hitters will back up to get out of the way, but Pride could not back up. You see Dalton get in front of him there. Is this the fellow that Charlie Pride or Curtis Pride who cannot hear?
Yes.
Dalton's talking to him. And can't hear him though.
So 1 ball and no strikes to Pride.
I don't think any warnings were given.
Missing 2-0. Three and nothing. Felipe might give him a green light here. Walked him on 4 pitches, and Pride is a 2-out base runner. That'll bring on Rondell White, who has twice grounded out and fly to deep right center. Montreal leading here in the 7th inning. Pride can steal bases. Stole 24 last year in the minor leagues.
Stolen a couple this year. He's been thrown out a couple of times. Doesn't play much.
So since the knockdown pitch, Quantrill has not been able to throw a strike. Kind of a similar thing happened to Pedro Martinez, who seemed to be unnerved after he hit Morandini with a pitch. 2-0. He then balked in the Phillies' only run. Now Dalton's going out and trying to settle down Quantrill and get a third out in this inning and keep it at 2-1.
Rondell's dangerous at 2-0 counts and 3-1 counts. He looks for a pitch, fastball, and if he gets it, he can nail it.
Two balls and no strikes to Rondell White. Curtis Pride, runner at first with 2 outs. There he goes. Pitch juggled by Dalton. It'll be a stolen base for Pride. And it's 3-0 now to Rondell White.
This looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah.
I guess it was inside.
Should have been a strike. But it's 3 balls and no strikes.
I think White will get a green light.
Ooh. Just missing again. So back-to-back walks to Curtis Pride and to Rondell White, and Johnny Padres is going to come out and try to settle Quantrill down. You don't want that payback pitch to end up costing you runs.
Oh, that was only 1 ball, and then he's thrown 7 straight since then. He's throwing well, and it looks like maybe Quantrill got a little mad, and he's got a little adrenaline flowing out there. He has good velocity on the pitch, but he can't seem to throw a strike with it.
Michael Mims, the left-hander, Paul Fletcher, the right-hander, up in the Phillies bullpen. And F.P. Santangelo, the batter, he's popped up, walked, and doubled. Straight pitches out of the strike zone. Not like Quantrill, who is a controlled pitcher.
Bet he's never missed 9 straight in his life.
Expos lead 2-1. 2 men on base with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Side corner. It's 1-1 to Santangelo. Low 2-1. .92 total pitches for Quantrill so far. Fouls it back, 2-2. Balls and 2 strikes to F.P. Santangelo. 2 men on base and 2 outs. Fly ball, shallow left center. Van Slyke makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. Stretch time of the vet. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Montreal. Well, the Phils go on a short trip to Houston and then back here Friday as the West Coast clubs move in. San Francisco and Barry Bonds Friday at 7:35, Saturday 8:05. Sunday the 20th at 1:35. Dykstra T-shirts for all youngsters. San Diego moving in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All of them at 7:35. And a 4-game set with Tom Lasorda's Dodgers Thursday at 7:35, Friday 8:05, Saturday 7:05. Sunday at 8:05. Remember, that's a Sunday night game, and all fans get a Hall of Fame poster that night. Final visit for the West Coast teams. Order your tickets for that coming homestand by calling 463-1000. Willie Frazier is the new pitcher coming on for Pedro Martinez. Frazier appearing in his 9th game since joining the Expos. 0-0 with a save, 2.53 ERA. He's only pitched 10 2/3 innings. And Kevin Stocker skies one into left field. Santangelo makes the catch. Stocker is out, 1 down. Tom Marsh is going to come out as a pinch hitter for Paul Quantrill. Frazier was at Ottawa. He was 7-6, was a starting pitcher there. In 19 starts, he had a 3.19 ERA. Had a real good strikeout walk ratio, 84 strikeouts and 18 walks. He's pitched in the major leagues for California, for the St. Louis Cardinals, and for the Florida Marlins. Frazier, a 31-year-old. And Tom Marsh will come up as a pinch hitter for Quantrill. Marsh hitting .280 as a pinch hitter. He's 2 out of 6.
Every one of these games is one-run game.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to win it or lose it. But so far, the Expos have won 2 out of 3.
3 balls and no strikes to Tom Marsh. Fouls it down the right field side, 2-1. Dave Leeper, the left-hander, gets up in the Expos bullpen. Two balls and 2 strikes to Marsh. Struck him out. That's 2 down, and that'll bring up Mickey Morandini. Morandini's 1 for 2. He's lined to deep left, singled, and been hit by a pitch ball. Broken bat, but it's a base hit back through the middle. So Morandini gets his 2nd hit. And it will bring up Jim Eisenreich. And it will bring out Felipe Alou.
Yeah, it did break his bat. He hit it right off the end. A breaking ball. Pretty nice pitch. That's what he did. He hit it off the end of the bat. Through the middle.
And Felipe has made the way to the bullpen. He'll call on the left-hander, Dave Leeper. So Frazier is out. Leeper will come on. Pitching change for the Expos. Bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Montreal. Back after these messages. Dave Leeper, the 33-year-old left-hander, Coming on for Felipe Alou. Lee Person's joining Montreal, pitching in his 7th game. No wins, no losses, 2 saves, 4.50 ERAs. Pitched just 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and nary a walk. Started this year at Oakland, where he was 1-1, 3.28 ERA. Then went to Edmonton, where he was 1-0, and 0-0 in a couple of games at Ottawa before coming up. Phillies got him in late July of this year for an outfielder, or rather the Expos got him for an outfielder, Kevin Northrup. Saved one of the games in this series with a strikeout. He has a good changeup. Paul Quantrill talking to Sid Fernandez. Quantrill pitched well, but like Tyler Green yesterday, he leaves the ball game trailing 2-1. Jim Eisenreich will be the batter. Eisenreich has struck out, singled, and hit a humpback line drive out.
Haven't seen much of Leeper, but it appears he throws, pretty good pitches. I mean, pretty good pitches that are tough to hit and not overpowering.
Missing with his breaking ball. One ball and no strikes to Jim Eisenreich. Missing. 2-0. Bills trail here 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Bouncing ball up the middle. Lansing will make the unassisted force at second base, and that will retire the Phils. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 8th, 2-1 Montreal.
Our Chevrolet game summary: Quantrill, 7 innings of pitching, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Martinez, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Alou's 2-run homer in the 6th gave the Expos a lead. Phillies run scored on a Martinez balk. Jeffries and Morandini have had a good series. They're 4 for 6 today, 14 for 28 in the series, but nobody else is hitting.
And Mike Williams is the Phillies' new pitcher. Williams coming on for Paul Quantrill. Moises Alou leads it off. He's accounted for the 2 runs with a 2-run homer. 1 strike to him. Mike Williams appearing in his 23rd game. 20th in relief. He's had 3 starts. 0-2 with a 3.50 ERA. Bouncing up there. 1-1 to Moises Alou. Strikes. Quantrill's 7 good innings, gave up the 2 runs, 6 hits. Struck out 3 and walked 3. That's high for him in walks. Breaking ball. He checked his swing. 2-2. Towering foul, third base side, out of play. Still 2-2 to Moises Alou. Phillies will be going to Houston after this game. Televising tomorrow night's game for you. Jeff Juden against Greg Swindell. Still 2-2 to Moises Salou. Ball. One down. That'll bring on David Segui.
It's a perfect pitch by Mike Williams. That breaking ball that flirted with the plate and maybe just tickled it.
Segui has struck out, singled, and doubled. He's had a good series, and he has the batting average up to .332 now.
Put another 32 punts on there, and he'll have caught Tony Gwynn.
1 ball and no strikes.
Guy that might figure in that batting race is Mike Piazza. He needs some at-bats to get listed, but he can't be too far off. He's hitting in the 360s.
Ball on the strike here to David Segui. Just a little bit wide, 2-1.
They pitch Segui everything away. I'd like to see what happens if they move in on him a little bit. He really handles that away pitch pretty well.
There's another one away, and Stocker's going to have to hurry. Got him. Segui is out on a ground ball to deep short. 2 down. It'll bring on Darren Fletcher.
Good play.
Segui ran very well.
Well, he doesn't run very well, period, Harry. He not really has much speed. Perfect one bouncer.
Is an easy out.
Yeah.
2 down, and here's Fletcher, who is 1 out of 3. 1 strike to him. Missing a little bit low, 1-1. To Darren Fletcher. Wide, 2-2. 8th inning, Expos lead it 2-1 on a 2-run homer by Moises Salou. Phil's run scoring on a balk by Pedro Martinez. Pedro no longer in the game. Full count. Walked him. So Fletcher is a 2-out base runner. Will bring up Mike Lansing, who is single, grounded out, and lined out to shortstop. Darren Fletcher at first base. 2 down here in the 8th. No strikes.
Oh.
Just missed with the breaking ball. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Lansing. So after getting the first 2 hitters out, he has walked Fletcher, and he's behind Lansing 3-1. Sean Berry on deck. Hit to deep left center field, and this ball is off the fence. Fletcher's going to score a double for Lansing, and it's now a 3-1 Montreal lead.
Yeah, with Fletcher running, scored easily. Had he not been running on the 3-1 count, I don't think he'd have scored. Ball hit out in the middle of the wall there, right, well, towards the bottom.
It'll bring up Sean Berry, who was fouled out, hit a humpback line drive out to the pitcher and grounded out. Williams steps off as Lansing got a walking lead off second base. He's almost halfway to third, and the middle infielders not paying much attention to him. Ground ball, shortstop Kevin Stocker throws Berry out. That'll retire the side. Montreal gets a run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Expos. This afternoon's game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Smooth Bush Beer and Easy Drinking Bush Light, and by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Bottom of the 8th, Phil's trail by 2, 3-1, and Greg Jeffries will lead it off. Facing Dave Leeper, the left-hander. Santa Claus coming early this year. It's a warm one here at Veterans Stadium today. Jeffries is 2 out of 3. He's singled, popped up, and doubled. Ball and no strikes to Jeffries. One and one. Off the end of his bat, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-1 Expos lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Greg Harris up in the Expos bullpen. Loops it into right field, caught by Alou. 1 down. That'll bring up Mark Whitten. Whitten is 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. No bad right now against Leeper. One strike to him. High It's 1-1. 1 ball and a strike to Mark Whitten. High again, 2-1. In the gap in left center, but Rondell White and Santangelo close on it, and Santangelo makes the catch. 2 down. They'll bring on Darren Dalton, who is 1 out of 3. Dalton singled, struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice. Up and over our heads. No balls and a strike. 0-1 to Dalton. High pop up in the infield. Shortstop Silvestri makes the catch. And the Phillies go down and turn in the 8th. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We move to the 9th inning. Montreal leading it 3-1. After 8 innings of play, Montreal 3 and the Phillies 1. Wednesday at 9:30, the family's in danger when Jack buys a moped on Unhappily Ever After. Only on PHL 17, the home of the WB. Dave Silvestri will lead it off. Jeff Treadway has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for the pitcher Leeper. One strike to Silvestri, who is 0 for 3. There's Treadway. Well hit to deep left field. Eisenreich back. This one's way out of here. Home run, Dave Silvestri. His first. And Montreal now leads it 4-1.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? I mean, who are these guys? Dave Silvestri.
For Silvestri, it's his 3rd big league homer. He had 1 for the Yankees in '93 and 1 again for the Yankees in '94. Jim Fregosi coming out. And that'll be it for Mike Williams. His first National League homer. Michael Mims will come in for the Phils. 4-1, Montreal up by 3 now here in the 9th inning. Pitching change for the Phils. We'll be back after these messages. Michael Mims will come on here in the 9th inning. Mims appearing in his 23rd game. This is 6th out of the bullpen after 16 starts. He's won 7, lost 5. 4.23 ERA. 106 1/3 innings, 97 hits, 50 runs, 68 strikeouts, and 58 walks. Shane Andrews now with a left-hander out there will pinch hit for the announced pinch hitter Jeff Treadway. Andrews hitting .205, 0 for 7 as a pinch hitter. Deep left. Eisenreich has a beat on it. Ooh. Ball keeps carrying all the way back to the warning track. 1 down. That'll bring on Rondell White. Rondell White is 0 for 3 with a walk. Bouncing up there, 1 ball and no strikes. One and nothing to Rondell White. Waves and misses at that changeup. 1-1. Mims has an excellent changeup. Hit past the diving Charlie Hayes, kicks back toward the infield, and Rondell White will get a double on it. So White at second base with 1 out. And we'll bring on F.P. Santangelo.
Well, this is the first ball he's really hit hard today, but he snapped it past Charlie Hayes. Felipe Alou thinks that Rondell White might be the next great player in the league.
Santangelo fouls it first base side. Santangelo 1 for 3 with a double. And a run scored. Foul tip. 0-2. 25,835 the paid attendance here this afternoon. Missing with a backdoor breaking ball. 1-2. 4-1 Expos lead here in the 9th inning. Fouls that one out of play. Still 1-2 to F.P. Santangelo. Ground ball. Charlie Hayes has it. Oh, Santangelo out. White moves up to third base. And with 2 down, it'll bring on Moises Alou. Alou has flied to deep right, flied to center, hit a 2-run homer, and struck out. One ball and no strikes to Alou. Wild pitch, and White scores, and it's now a 5-1 Montreal lead.
Well, how many times have we seen that? Think of the one thing you don't want to do. It seems to happen. Wild pitch with a runner on third.
Three balls and no strikes to Moises Alou. On the outside corner, it's 3-1. Fouls it straight back, full count to Alou. Five to 1 now. Expos lead here in the 9th inning. Still 3-2. Missing with a breaking ball, walked him. So Lou is a 2-out base runner. And we'll bring up David Segui, who is 2 out of 4. Segui struck out, singled, doubled, and grounded out. Switch hitter batting right against Michael Mims. Missing low, 1-0. Mims has given up quite a few walks this year. Hard ground ball. Morandini to his left. Throws out Segui, and that will retire the side. But Montreal gets 2 in the inning. 2 hits, a homer by Dave Silvestri. No errors and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 5-1 Expos. Bottom half of the 9th. 5-1 Montreal leading, and Greg Harris, veteran right-hander, comes in to pitch for the Expos. Harris, 39 years of age. So far for Montreal, 1-1, no saves, 2.70 ERA, 28 strikeouts in 26 2/3 innings and 9 walks. Has a real good curveball. One strike to Charlie Hayes, who is 1 out of 3. One. Two balls and a strike to Charlie Hayes. Harris set a Boston Red Sox record in '93 by pitching in 80 ball games. He has a rubber arm. Actually, 2 rubber arms. He can pitch left-handed and right-handed. See that glove? That'll fit either hand, and he wants to do that sometime in the major leagues. Pitch both left and right. Charlie Hayes called out on strikes, 1 down, and will bring on Andy Van Slyke.
Yeah, that glove has 2 thumbs on it. The little finger is also a thumb. So he can just turn around and use that, put that on his right hand. Wouldn't know the difference.
Van Slyke, nothing for 3. Right up the elevator shaft toward shortstop Silvestri. 2 down. And it'll bring on Kevin Stocker. Stock 1 out of 3 has popped up, doubled, scored the Phillies' only run, and has flied out to left. Gary Varsho moving into the on-deck circle. Two outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Ball and no strikes to Kevin Stocker. One.
Throwing a little slider there. It's a pretty good one too. It has a good curveball with that, fastball with a little tail on it. There's his curve.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Harris pitched for the Phillies. 88. Two and 2. A little bit low, a full count. shortstop should be the ball game, and is. Snocker retired. So are the Phils here in the ninth as Montreal wins and takes 3 out of 4. A 5-1 final Expos. We say salute, a 2-run home run. We'll be back with the totals and a recap in just a moment.